Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you a V-neck design idea with a cable detail for single bed knitting machine. If you'd like to have access to some extra content and support my channel, you can join me on Patreon. I will leave a link for it in the description down below. For this demonstration I cast on 60 stitches. This is just a sample, so it doesn't have to be larger, as it's enough to see how the design will look. I have knitted a few rows of 1x1 rib, and I will go right in the middle of my sample and transfer 1 stitch each side of the 8 stitches in the very middle. I will leave these 2 needles out of action for the entire sample. We'll then form 2 2x2 cable or an open pair of cables with these 8 stitches. I have a tutorial all about paired cables. I will leave a link for that in the description down below, and you can use any of those for this design. You can decide to do only the cables in the middle and leave the rest of the sample plain, but I will create 2 more cables. I'm going to leave 8 stitches from the ladder and create another ladder by transferring as before. And I will leave 4 stitches and transfer another stitch to create 1 more ladder like so. I'm going to do this both sides. You can choose to do any design you like. This is just a video to inspire you, hopefully. Once I finish these transfers and I have my ladders, I'm going to knit 4 rows. Begin forming the open pair of cables in the middle. I will also form my 2 other cables. I'm not going to go too much in detail on the cables in this video, so if you would like to learn more about that, you can watch the video in my description, but just for you to know, I did 1 cable every 8 rows for this sample. I knitted a nice amount of rows and formed a few cables, and now I will begin shaping the neckline. I have knitted 4 rows since I formed my last cable. I'm going to put my carriage into holding position like so and pull half of the needles all the way out or into holding position. So now the needles that I pulled all the way out will not knit. Using a 3-prong transfer tool, I will begin decreasing by transferring the 3 stitches to the right of the ladder, 1 stitch to the right. Then the 4 stitches for the cable will follow. We'll make sure that the needles that create the ladders will stay out of action and knit 2 rows. Continue transferring 1 more stitch in the same way and then knit again 2 rows. Now it's been 8 rows since I formed my last cable. I will do the transfers just as before, then form the cable. Make sure that the cable will twist in the same direction in which you twisted it when it was in a pair for a nice continuous design. Usually it is easier to knit rows after you form the cable if you pull the needles all the way out or into holding position, but since we are using partial knitting right now, and if we left the needles all the way out they will not knit, we can just pull them all the way out and then push them back, making sure we don't drop the stitches. This way these needles will knit and you will not have issues with the cable. Continue transferring for as many rows as you need and do a decrease according to your calculations. I believe this design can have so many variations and there are so many options for it. I really hope that you will give it a try in your own way for one of your future projects. Once you finish one side, move the carriage across and then do transfers to the other side in the same way. Don't forget to take your carriage from holding position. And this is the final sample. I think it looks really cute and I'm definitely gonna try to make myself a vest using this neckline. The best part is that you don't really need to add a trim to your knitted piece if you use this design. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and please let me know in the comments what other videos you would like to see from me, and I will see you next time.